Hi lovelies, welcome back to another unsolicited episode of Perspective Unfiltered. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are good, cause I am. I hope everything has been fine. I hope your week hasn't been too stressful. I hope everything has been hideously, good. Yeah, cause I'm good. So let me even start by saying that I did release an episode a week earlier. Like I released this last week, but I was meant to release the previous week before then. And what happened? You guys, I feel sick. Like the weather got to me. And let me even say, like I was kind of like expecting it. Not like I was actually expecting to fall sick, but when I know myself, I know that my body easily reacts to or gets, you know, changing. Like I've been changing my environment constantly, and this particular weather I knew was just going to get to me, so I was just expecting, when was it going to get to me, when was it going to get to me. And literally it came as, I want to say, a shock. It was not a shock. The weather was, the way I felt sick was not shocking, but it was unexpected. It's not like you don't expect falling sick, but like you kind of like feel like, oh, I think I'm gonna fall sick or something like that. But like this one, it's not like I didn't even feel it at all. I think I was just having cold, I was having catarrh and cough. Then the next day, I could assure you, if you asked me that day, Miriam, do you think you're going to faint? I'll literally tell you 100%. I even felt like I was living in a different realm because everything was not just like I didn't understand anything I was doing that day. But alhamdulillah, as you all can see, I'm doing much better. I'm feeling good. I feel much better. And then the week has been stressed because I was in school and everything just had to, start preparing tests, classes, everything, getting into each other. But alhamdulillah, again, it was fine and I was able to cope, and nothing happened to me. So, but like this weekend, I decided to give myself a break. As you guys can see, obviously, like I literally love running. I love running, and literally, I said earlier in my previous episode, when school is starting to be like, okay, they want to frustrate you or they want to like, squeeze the life out of you, run. Apart from that, what again has my week been about? I don't nothing really crazy, nothing really, nothing really fancy. I'm trying to like reason what did I really do that like really stood out. I think the sickness had me down for a while, then classes, then I've actually been squeezing myself out of my comfort zone, and then I've been showing up for more events than I can count. And also I don't know. I'm not going to tell you guys now. Considering the TV shows I watch, where am I? Literally, I'm still watching Blacklist. Like, I'm extremely slow with series nowadays, especially when I'm in school. I try not to overbody myself, and I'm someone that easily get bored, especially when I'm watching a series. Like, when I'm watching a series, I have to watch like interval mid series. I have to watch at least like over 10 movies. And literally this time when I fell sick, I just didn't even want to watch Blacklist. Yeah. So let me tell you something about this alarm. There's this stereotype I have, and it's a very crazy thing that happens to me, and you be like, girl, are you fine? And that's is when I fall sick, the clothes I fell sick in, or the thing I was watching, or I don't know, the things around that environment where I fell sick in, I'll be allergic to them until I actually like for a while, maybe like 3 days, 4 days, a week. I don't want to see them. So literally that clothes I'll have to go and wash it, then keep it away, because it's like nostalgia. Like I think I said earlier, I'm a nostalgia junkie, and when I feel that nostalgia of sickness, nah, sometimes it's just very frustrating. I'm like, no, it's not me and you. It's not me and you that is gonna, go through something like that. So literally, the Blacklist I was watching made me feel more sick, and I'm like, no, if I watch Blacklist, I will feel the nostalgia of sickness again. So I wanted to watch something different, and then I started a series called Two Broke Girls. It's a sitcom, and personally, I think this is my. I would say this is my first ever sitcom. Nah, I think it's like my second. This sitcom is amazing. It's crazy. It's funny. It's called I think Two Broke Girls, and so far it has been good. No, I don't really have much to say about it because it does not make any sense whatsoever. It does not make any sense whatsoever. Like it's just there and it's just interesting. And I think another movie I watched was Goats. Yeah, by Stephen Curry. Yeah, I'm a fan of Stephen Curry. Like you guys, I had a phase, and that phase was no long ago. I think that phase was earlier this year. Was it earlier this year or late last year? Like, I wanted to like a sport. Like, funny enough, I think I'm still even going to go back to the face. But like, there was a phase of like, no, I have to just like a sport. Like, I need to be a fan of a sport. I need to know something about a sport. I think the most interesting sport I could think of, and something that actually like really stood out to me, was basketball. I was I liked basketball. Like I was like, okay, I really, 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 really enjoy basketball because I don't know, I just like the aesthetic. It's not like I really knew much about it like that. But I liked how it looked. I liked the aesthetic it was giving. I liked the charisma, how tall the guys were, how cool they seemed. So I started following it. I even had the app on my phone checking updates, and I think I get very sentimental when I watch some particular movies. Yeah, I just remember another movie I watched. Another we don't call it a movie, but like a limited series I watched. So basically, I don't say love LeBron James, but I'm a fan. I love LeBron, and I watched a particular movie which made me like which made me remember him. Then that was the period I was also reflecting, and I remembered Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant really has a very significant I wrote an article about him, like things that move me. I genuinely write articles about them because I'm like, girl, I just need to write an article. Like they just like a way to express my feelings towards them. Because Kobe was like, oh, I literally Kobe died when I was going through a very rough patch in my life. Like when I mean rough patch, not like ordinary rough patch, a rough patch that I will continue to tell my children that oh this happened to me. I literally that was when Kobe died, and I don't know why that particular day can never leave my memory. And we're like, Kobe is dead, and I never knew him until that day he died. But like since then, yeah, I did all research. My feed was literally about him for weeks, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get into basketball. I started researching, started getting things done, like being into it. And then all of a sudden, it was not just like I couldn't keep up again. I had to learn who is it. I think I'm trying to remember what they call their positions. Is it front pointer, defender? I didn't even know you guys. I can't remember again. But I know I just like found out about Stephen Curry too. And then I liked him too. I think him, LeBron, Kobe, and this particular is it John Wayne that has I think retired that's that is married to this particular actress. I don't even know his name. But like all of them, then I watched this particular documentary on Netflix, and it was just amazing, literally. And then yeah, that was it. I loved it. So back to Good. Good was amazing. It was a good watch, and I think it's a movie you're able to learn things from. And yeah, the animation it had me questioning that okay, but I think that was the vibe they were trying to portray. So like what am I so like I enjoyed the movie. I think which other movie did I watch? I watched a very stupid movie yesterday, yeah, but I'm not gonna mention it right here. Yeah, cause yeah. Which movie did I watch again? Oh, okay. You guys, I'm still quite obsessed with Up Campus. I don't know if I've mentioned it for like 3 episodes straight now. Like that's how much I love the movie so much. But like leaving Up Campus, I don't even you guys know who doesn't know her? Literally J-Lo, that's Jennifer Lopez. Like literally I was never a fan. I didn't even really know her like that. But all of a sudden I just feel like in her, especially this particular song that is sang in Off Campus, that's what made me like her. The reason for edit. I'm trying. It's called On the Floor. I'm trying to see if I can get if I can sing it. I don't think I can sing it. I'm coming. London to Africa. I don't even know. You guys should not laugh at me, literally. You guys should literally not laugh at me, but like that's how it goes, and it's amazing. Yeah. And you guys should mind tell me the oldies about this FIFA, Shakira and Burna Boy kind of thing. I have been offline. I really don't even know what to say. I don't even know. Like, yeah. I've been trying not to listen to so much songs recently. For this particular song, Girl by Dickie Laroi, has been getting me. Girl just wanna dance. Girl just wanna have fun. Like literally, that song was in my head playing for days, and I think I've gotten out a bit. And I don't know if I'm the only one. I don't think anybody that watched that particular video where Belmont Carmelli, and that's the guy that acted Garrett Graham in Off Campus. That guy, why did you have to like dance? We was probably happy, but like, why did you have to do that? Well, and another thing I want to say is that Copamia, that's Copamia London, my first London 2 is coming, and I'm like, really? Alenia Holmes 3 is also coming. I'm like, really? So I can't wait for all those movies. Like, you guys, I talk for movies for how many minutes straight? Oh, if you're not a fan of movies and you listen to PU, thank you. Because, guys, I talk about movies a lot. And you guys still here with me. Oh my god. And I just remember this guys in that streamers university too. I think it's lit, and I think it's a very interesting thing to do. So if you guys are in, you guys should tell me. Let me support you all. Yeah. So let's get into today's episode. And today's episode is kind of vibey, no stress, nothing really serious, nothing like intense self-reflection, like literally it's just based on vibes. And I literally chose this because I wanted to speak on something that was really that was really fun to discuss, but something I can also learn from. And as you can see, it's called Romance on Screen, Dopamine, Fantasy and Attachments. And I think this was a very particular episode for me because I'm like, girl, I think this is something I genuinely want to like discuss because I'm a sucker. When you say somebody's a victim of something and then you're like, okay, you know what you're doing is bad, but like still want to discuss it and want to like try to maneuver our way and try to navigate our way around it. That is me, you guys. So let's get into it. As we have established concretely on this podcast, Perspective Unfiltered, your host Bisola loves movies, and I wasn't wanting one time, no, it's sweet, but like on Substack I was like, it's rom-com season because I love rom-com. But I don't think I reduced my intake of rom-com, depending, like unlike before, like I was a guru for rom-com. I loved rom-com like crazily. Like rom-com was my thing. Like I didn't like any other genre. Like I just loved rom-com. I didn't like any other form of just rom-com. Give me a rom-com alone. So now the question is that why do romance stories on screen feel so addictive when we all know that it's not real? Like for real, like I'm very sure I'm not the only one. Like when you have seen an edit of one fine guy or like this romance story and you're like curious, like this light up in your brain. I'm like, oh my god, I need, like, it's like I want to watch the movie. I need to watch the movie. Like I just need to know what's going on. And then why does that happen? I'm not expert, but from what I know, I think it's called dopamine. And dopamine is literally your brain's reward chemical. That feeling you get, that curiosity, like, oh god, I need to watch that particular series. It's called dopamine. And it basically lights up when you anticipate watching or doing something enjoyable. When you attach, okay, watching romance film movies or watching high school movies or watching horror movies for my girlies or people that actually love horror movies. I think So recently, but I say I like horror movies. I think I would say I can watch it. I'm not so scared. It's just quite funny to me right now. So this dopamine connects to something that you feel like is so enjoyable and something you think will literally light your brain up. So now how do we connect this dopamine to romance? So will they or will they not tension, this slow emotional build-up moment, unexpected moments, the emotional payoffs, everything is literally there. Like sometimes you literally know the storyline, and I think this romance nowadays or rom-com, they really don't have anything new to show us again. They don't have anything new. So literally, yeah, literally watching the same storyline, but you still get excited every time you see the storyline. So you're like, where is the problem? So literally it's just the dopamine system. You just like seeing, different faces, different characters acting the same thing. And it's tweaks, changes here and there, but it's still literally the same thing. Where you still get, you still get so excited when it comes on. And I think this is because there is a part in your brain called the dream world section. And basically, I think this happens when you get so excited, even though you're used to the storyline, because then sometimes you imagine yourself in the story, and basically it gives you a form of idealized relationships and like being happy for people, just idealizing people, and also it gives you an emotional escape. You're just like, oh my god, I just want to watch something romantic. Like I just want to feel that, that particular thing. And literally, this is not to tell you that nothing is wrong with you for feeling this particular way or even wanting to watch this particular movie. I myself am a particular victim. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a victim of this. Because sometimes we get attached to it not because it's real or it's fake, but because our brain and emotions feel like it actually is. Soft romance like a comfort attachment. Fake romance is like emotional intensity, attachment. So yes, you guys, I'm going to mention you some of the movies. So let's be talking about some of the romance movies that that have existed. I'm going to be speaking on 5. If you guys want me to do more of this, you guys should like put it in the comment section, and then we'll probably be doing a part 2 of something like this. Okay, so when I first started watching movie, I think I always watched the movie, but when I actually started my crazy movie journey, I think I started with Never Have I Ever. Yeah, like it was like, okay, what Never Have I Ever, the rom-com, it was interesting, it was given high school romance, and so I'm like, okay, what are the iconic episode of Never Have I Ever? I think her name was Debbie. I'm trying to remember. That's been a while since I watched it, but like, trust me, all those high school romance girls, they're always very, very stupid.
Absolutely nothing is an exercise in restraint.
I see. Take the high road.
Yes.
Sure, I can totally do that.
Good. Because it would be very mature of you.
It would be. And that is why I'm gonna do exactly that.
Guess what, you jealous bitches? I heard what you said about me in the back.
Like, just imagine when we also watch Grownish, Blackish, and all those, but like a mixedish. So basically, in Never Have I Ever, it was so crazy because I can remember her being a very stupid girl, kissing from one guy to another guy and thinking, oh, does he like me, or does he do that? And like, it never actually make a lot of sense. And like, one of my favorite rom-com ever is actually To All the Boys I've Ever Loved. Never Have I Ever was okay, but it was just a lot of stupidity right now. And I think when I think I watched it like 2 years ago or 3. If I watch it again, I'm going to call it probably more stupid, or I don't even know. You just imagine watching To All the Boys I've Ever Loved before. I love that movie. Like I recently watched it a few months ago because it gave me nostalgia. I think I rewatched it after watching Exo Kitty. And when I watch it, I love Laura Jean, I love Peter Kavinsky, I love them, because I think one thing that really made me like it was the fact that they didn't make their love, or they didn't portray romance to be something very intense or toxic or something that has to be push and pull. No, it was quiet, it was stupid as obvious because it was a high school romance, and it was peaceful. And I won't say boring because it was not boring, but it just showed that there should not be tug of war wow, there should not be intensity, there should not be fighting and all those kind of things when it comes to romance.
Stop. I am not the only guy that got a letter. Wow, you really think that you're special, and then you find out that she wrote love letters to two guys.
Dear Peter, I need you to know that I like you, Peter Kavinsky.
Mind you, disclaimer everybody, I am no romance expert. I am no relationship expert. I'm just saying this based on knowledge and things I've watched and information I've been able to gather. You don't have to feel like romance should not be obsession, or love should not be obsession. The intensity should not be so high that you feel like you are in a heater or so. An example of this is actually after. I remember after I read After before watching After. I don't even think I finished watching After completely, but I remember reading it, and I was in secondary school and I was so obsessed. I was like, oh my god, this is so interesting. Like, I think that's when I first discovered, oh okay, I can read long forms of books. Then because it was in a series, after we fell, after we collided, after, well, it was a very long series, and then Harding was toxic, and I know a lot of people read that book, a lot of people watched that movie. I said Harding was toxic, he was obsessed, he was a drunkard, he was this, he was that, and I think that's what prompted the mentality that I can fix somebody. I remember that time thinking, I as I go through that, I don't want to call myself a stupid person, but sometimes I'll be like, Miriam, why did you do that? Why did you think that you can fix somebody? Like, then I literally say, if you literally ask me, oh, what's your spec? FYI, that kind of question will literally irritate me right now. I think I said it in one of my earlier episodes, but like, that kind of question will literally irritate me. But then if you had asked me what's your spec, literally I would say I want somebody that is stubborn, somebody toxic. And why? What was the reason? Why did I want why did I want something like that for myself? Because I wanted to change the night. Because if the bad boy falls in love with the good girl, then the good girl changes the bad boy to a good boy. Chai! Oh my god, I was literally in a delulu land. Like, my imagination was running really wild. I've forgotten that this is reality. I literally forgotten that this was reality and not after. Like I had that mentality for like 3 years. I don't even know, but like that was not the only movie. Like, that was not the only movie. Gina and Georgia, different movies. Like, there are actually a lot of movies that actually portray this toxicity in romance. Like, it's like a romance culture, and I feel like the classic romance movies, I don't think they even have this amount of toxicity in the rom-coms or in the plays. Like, I don't know, Romeo and Juliet. Funny enough, I think I'm going to go and actually watch the movie, then come and give you guys a review about it, because I've actually never watched the movie thinking about it as somebody that loves rom-coms a lot. I've actually not watched the movie. Nah, I've not watched the movie, and I've not read the book because it's in archaic languages. And even when I even read Wuthering Eyes, because I've also watched Wuthering Eyes, especially the one that Jacob Elordi and this girl that acted Barbie. I'm so sorry, I don't know her name, but like, it was beautiful. There was also toxicity there. There was toxicity there. Trust me, I don't support that, and I don't think that's romance. But like, it was beautiful because that was the whole point of it, right? In After, so that was the whole point of it, right? But I still don't see that as romance. There should not be intensity in romance, or there should not be unnecessary tug of war. No, I don't buy that. Like, I literally don't buy that. I don't want bad boy. Like, give me good boy that has wear glasses. I really don't want, even in books you read, you usually see that they literally say that the people they bring are not the good boy that wears glasses and is always packing his bag like this, and then he's always working like this. He's always He has tattoo all over here and this like that, and he's always cool. And he used to insult girls and he say, I don't like girlfriends, I don't take girlfriends, I used to smoke, he's a party animal, he's this. Same thing in Mia Culpa, My Fault London too. Same thing they portrayed in Up Campus. Same thing they did literally in Euphoria. Like Euphoria, like you guys, I didn't even finish watching Euphoria. Like people just like, oh Miriam, you watch movie a lot. I watched Euphoria. Oh my god, I actually started, but I didn't actually finish it because it was too graphic. And like I was like literally in Euphoria, they were literally doing all the bad things in this life in Euphoria. I'm like, is watching this people, I'm literally not gonna watch that. Like I'm not gonna watch that, and I don't think I'm still going to watch that. Except the only thing will make me watch Euphoria or something related to that, because I actually did watch Saltburn, but like something that will make me watch something like that is when literally when I don't know, when there is like I need to see something, or I'm curious about something, or I'm trying to bring out lessons from that particular the particular stuff. Like I'm like this is so stupid to me. Bring out lesson, probably write an article or talk about it or something like that. That was something that may probably make me watch it. But I don't have the time right now. Comment if you want me to watch it. Like comments. Maybe I'm gonna watch it for you then. If I have enough, then I'll probably do that for y'all. And that's the same thing that they portrayed in the Off Campus. I remember when I started watching Off Campus, I was like, I was not going to watch it because it had this cliche line. I think I've mentioned earlier, like it was like this cliche line, boy. This one, like it had a similar storyline to this particular movie, Bad Boy, and I don't know. It had a particular scenario. Like I was not going to watch it. That was period. Then later, I was bored and I just wanted to watch it. I think there was not even two ways about it. I didn't want to watch it, but later I was like, okay, what's the big deal? Let me see what's about. Let me just use this something to snack on. And I did, and it was interesting. And I learned a lot, and I loved them. It made me remember something like Maxim also. I don't know if you guys have watched it. There's this portrayal of the boy must be bad, he must be so cool, he must be well known, he must be very handsome and everything. And before, like literally, if you asked me what do you see in somebody that you're going to end up with, you're going to be in a relationship with, and that is the person must be absolutely fine, because he must be very fine, must be very cool, must have that's literally not reality. I'm not even saying, please though, I did not say I want ugly person. I beg. But like literally, what I'm trying to say is that isn't what all those kind of things should be about. That should not be the priority. That should not be the goal. That should just be like a bonus, but a requirement also. Romance movies that portrayed love or relationship or even friendships to be quite intense, to be toxic, and they are not. Sometimes love is slow, it's peaceful, it doesn't have to come in a dramatic way, it doesn't have to enter, you don't have to be the good girl, I don't know, like all those, like you guys get me, and it doesn't have to be like that. And I think the production team, the directors of movies can do a better jobs at portraying these rom-coms in a better way. Like they genuinely can. Yes, they genuinely. And I remember watching this rom comedy, and it was really really interesting. It's by Jennifer Lopez, and I was watching it and I was like, girl, like she literally ate it down. There was really no toxicity, there was not this intensity, like mad intensity. It was funny, it was stupid, and there was not like the guy was not overly rude or like that kind of vibe. It wasn't just giving it doesn't matter, the nerd person not turning in with the nerd, his glasses. I don't think that's not real. But that doesn't mean you can't watch it for the sake of watching it or for the sake of, oh, I actually enjoy it. It's just that we need to be able to filter what is real and what is not, and this is not just reality. So there are literally tons of romance movies that you can watch, and I think my favorite romance movie, like if you ever tell me, okay, what's your favorite romance movie ever, I always say it's Real Love by Mary J. Oblige. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't know, it's like sometimes romance movies can actually help you and give you expectations that you think you need. But sometimes those expectations are actually not necessary at all. It can be like, okay, this is a bare minimum, this is what like it can actually help, but sometimes it just gives you unnecessary ideas into your head because it's literally unnecessary. But like this particular movie is like, you want about like 10 over 10. I watch it, I'm like, nah, this was beautiful. It might seem very, very normal, nothing really happening, not there was not really anything going on. But to me, it was giving everything it was meant to give because when there's honesty, when there's trustworthiness, and when there is peace in a relationship, nah. So what am I saying? I'm trying to say that romance movies are they're interesting and you should watch them. Watch Vampire Diaries, watch everything, they are okay. But the thing is that not everything there is real or literally it's scripted. It's written by somebody with the same brain as ours. Like this my head, the way it looks like this is written by somebody that has hair like that, and literally it stems from imagination, and sometimes these imaginations are brought to the light and they are brought into reality, and then some people actually tend to, when they watch it, they tend to mistake the reality, the imaginations for reality, and then apply them. And that's why some people, when they see things that are toxic for them or intense or unnecessary intensified, they feel like, oh, that's how it should be, and probably they can change them and things will become better with time and everything. Trust me, you are not somebody's mother. Don't change anybody. You don't need that, and you don't deserve that. And if you have a classic romance story with your like with your romance life, yeah, I'm happy for you, but it doesn't always happen like that. The ratio is very slim. And I think one thing is that I would say is number one, intensity is not love. And two, what you consume can shape what you expect. No, it should not. What you watch you I think remain as, oh okay, this is a very nice movie. And sometimes it can help, but necessarily not. And two, what you consume can shape what you expect. No, it should not. What you watch you I think remain as, oh okay, this is a very nice movie. And sometimes it can help, but necessarily not. Just continue watching some certain type of romance stories, the more you start to shape your head to think of what love should feel like. And real love may be calmer. It doesn't have to be dramatic, it doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it's simply just simple. Like it's just simple, nothing else. So maybe romance on screen. So maybe romance on screen is not the problem. Maybe it just shows us how our brains respond to emotion. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Perspective Unfiltered, and you learned one or two or three, and you also found movie recommendations to watch. Yeah, thank you for listening, guys. I want to again, it's your host Abisola, and I'm clocking out. Bye.